Sam of Core Yoga, and thanks for joining me for this 30-minute foundation flow. As we travel through this flow, our attention will be on how our contact with the floor can influence our physical activation of muscles and alignment within our postures. Of course, we'll be moving the breath around the body to calm the mind in the process. Come start with me in child's pose. So take your knees an appropriate different distance apart to feel nice. Know that your bum doesn't need to get all the way to your heels, so if you have a block or a book or a cushion or some sort of support, feel free to pop that between your bum and your heels. And just extend your arms out in front of you. Allow the forehead to rest down to the floor or towards the floor. And again, if that forehead doesn't quite meet the floor, bring the floor to it. Bring a block or a book or a pillow underneath the forehead. And just allow yourself to soften and settle. And take a deep breath into the belly space. And as you exhale, feel that belly draw back towards the spine and keep that connection. And then inhale wide into the back of the ribs. And exhale, soften the back of the neck. And then inhale wide into the side of the ribs. And exhale, soften the muscles in the face. And inhale now into the front of the ribs. And exhale, soften the muscles at the front of the neck. And then inhale wide into the circumference of the ribs. And exhale, walk your hands a little further forward until your elbows come off the floor. So continuing to breathe into the full circumference, that is the rib cage, as we start to activate and strengthen the muscles that support our structure, our skeleton, allow us to carry a strong and mindful posture. Press the hands down into the floor and feel the palms and feel the fingertips. And then feel the tops of the feet right now and press them down into the floor. Take one more breath here in this child's pose. And then as you exhale, press into the hands and the feet and come onto all fours. So just take a little moment to readjust. Your knees come underneath your hips, your hands underneath your shoulders, the inside edges of your elbows facing one another. And then feeling the connection with the tops of the feet, the knees and the hands into the floor. Just ground down a little bit. That will create an activation in the muscles in the torso. And we're just going to travel through a few cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly, squeeze the shoulder blades, look up to the sky. Exhale, push the floor away from you, tuck your chin. Move to where your body feels comfortable as you inhale, come back to your cow. And exhale, travel to your angry cat. Inhale, traveling through to cow until your body feels that that is enough. And exhale, pushing the floor away again until your body stops you. We're not in this to try and push our body into places where it doesn't comfortably want to go. Nice. And then next time you inhale, just come to a relatively flat back, so a relatively neutral spine. Tuck under your toes, keep your hands and your knees exactly where you are. And then as you inhale, push into those hands and the feet and lift the hips, downward facing dog. So inhale, travel back to those all fours with the toes tucked under. And exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, coming back to all fours. And exhale, downward facing dog. Feeling the movement of breath in the body. Inhale to all fours. And then exhale. exhale, downward facing dog and hold. Feel the distance between the feet and the hands. And I like to use this all four distance as I teach my foundation students. So notice how that feels and see if you bend your knees a little bit more, whether you can push the floor away from you and lift your hips to lengthen your spine a little bit. So we're trying to create a less rounded spine in the upper body. We're trying to create a nice long spine. And often tightness in the back of our thighs and the back of our calves stops us from doing that. So simply softening the knees can help. Start to walk out your dog. So just bending alternate knees, drawing the heels to the floor as you straighten your leg as much as it will straighten. So it doesn't need to be dead straight, just how it feels good in the body. And then from here, take your gaze to your thumbs and slowly walk your feet up towards your hands. As you come to your hands, raise onto your fingertips or lift your hands off the floor. And then tuck your chin, allow the top of the head to draw towards the floor and come into a ragdoll. So grab your elbows. Feel the soles of the feet. So the feet are going to be in contact with the floor a lot through this practice. There's a little bit of contact of the knees, a little bit of the hips and the heels as we come to the seated poses, but predominantly it's these feet. So just take a moment to feel and to notice where you're carrying the load in your feet right now. We're going to adapt that in a moment. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, just rock your ragdoll from side to side and just feel the soles of the feet and feel how as you move, maybe the pressure with the feet into the floor changes. Maybe it changes from foot to foot and maybe it changes within the foot itself. Come to stillness, take a breath in, release the hands. And then exhale, slowly roll yourself up, Pilates style, as you come up to a standing pose. Or bring the hands together in the heart space, close off your eyes. So bring the feet hip distance apart. Take a moment to look if you want to. A hip distance apart should mean that I've only got space for one more foot between my 2 feet. So they're under my hip points rather than the outer edges of my hips. Then my thumbs are on my sternum, my eyes are closed. We're focusing on creating alignment and activation from the floor. Feel the soles of your feet, lift up your toes. Spread your toes nice and wide and feel the ball of the foot and the outer edge of the foot, so the outer ball and the inner ball, so the little toe joint and the big toe joint. And then press them down evenly into the floor. Then feel the heel and create a pressure even to the either side of the midfoot with the heel. Then keep all of that and just relax the toes. So the toes are gripping the floor. These 3 points of contact either side of the midfoot and the heel, they're what's grounding down into the floor. And as you push the floor away from you with those 3 points of contact, follow that sensation up the chain and just notice what you notice. We'll start with 2 half salutes. We'll work into a few lunge salutes. This is our opportunity to feel the contact with the floor and to lengthen and stabilize the rhythm of the breath. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky, look up to the thumbs. Exhale, soften the knees and fold forwards. Inhale, press the hands into the shins and halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, release the tension in the face. Inhale, push the floor away from you, reach your hands to the sky, look up. Exhale, palms together in the heart space. relax. Now feeling the feet, inhale, push them down into the floor, reach the hands to the sky. Exhale, fold forwards, keep that balance of control on the soles of the feet. Inhale as you halfway lift, make sure the heel doesn't lift off the floor. Exhale, fold forwards, softly push the floor away. Inhale, reach your hands to the sky and look up. And exhale, palms together in the heart space. Into our lunges now. Inhale, reach up, lift up, look up. Exhale, soften the knees and fold forwards. Inhale, push the floor away from you, halfway you lift. Exhale, hands down, right leg back, right knee to the floor. Keep the toes tucked under. Inhale, press the toes and the left foot into the floor. Exhale, hands down to the mat, downward facing dog. We've just been there. Inhale, travel your shoulders forwards to a high plank. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, travel forwards to high plank. And exhale, downward facing dog. Feel the hands, take a breath here. Feel the feet. As you inhale to your high plank, push the floor away from you with your hands and your feet. As you exhale, keep that connection into the earth. Inhale, bend the knees and bring the knees to the floor. And then exhale, step the right foot forward, help it if it needs it. Inhale, press the feet into the earth, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, forward you fold. Inhale, push the floor away from you, reach the fingertips high. Exhale, soften the knees and fold forwards. Inhale, ground down as you open up the chest. Exhale, left foot steps back, left knee down. This time, left hand to the floor or a block. And inhale, reach the right hand to the sky. Push the floor away from you with your feet. Exhale, right hand down. Downward facing dog. Inhale, travel forwards to high plank, push the floor away from you. Exhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, travel forwards, push the floor away. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel that point in the center of the heel. And as you inhale into your high plank, push that point to the wall behind you. And then as you exhale, draw that point towards the floor even though it doesn't touch. Inhale, bring the knees to the mat. Help your left foot forward as you exhale. Keep the right hand on the floor or the block and inhale, left hand to the sky. Push those feet into the floor. Exhale, de-rotate, right foot steps forward and fold. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the hands up and look up. Exhale, soften the knees and fold into standing lunges now. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, right leg back. Keep the right knee lifted, and as you inhale, push the floor away from you and lift your back heel. Exhale, we're stepping back straight to plank. Inhale, a breath in your plank. Then exhale, knees, thighs and belly down to the floor. Tops of the feet now pressed down. Inhale, raise the head and the chest, baby cobra. And then exhale, push the floor away from you, downward facing dog. This time, inhale, raise the right foot, look to the right thumb. Exhale, step the right foot as far as it goes. Help it so it comes under your right knee. Then inhale, press the floor away from you and lift that left heel, high lunge. Exhale, hands down, left foot steps forward and fold. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, hands to the earth. Inhale, reach the hands to the sky, look up. Exhale, fold forwards, head heavy, hands low. Inhale, press those feet down, halfway you lift. come left foot back, left knee lifted, left hand to the floor or a block. And then inhale, reach your right hand to the sky. Exhale, right hand to the floor, step back to high plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lower knees, thighs and belly, tops of the feet to the earth. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the left leg to the sky, look to the left arm. Exhale, step the left foot forward, right hand to the earth. Inhale, push that right heel behind you as you reach the hand to the sky. Exhale, de-rotate right foot steps forward. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach your hands up and look up. Exhale, palms together in the heart space. Couple of breaths here, feel the rhythm and the cadence of that breath. Maintaining that rhythm of cadence as we work through our standing poses. Press the feet down, inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold forwards, Uttanasana. Keep that grounding in the feet as you inhale, feel the heel. And as you exhale, continue to feel that heel. One more inhale, feel either side of the midfoot. And as you exhale, feel either side of the midfoot. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank. Stay here in plank as you breathe in, take your feet a little wider. Exhale, bring your right hand to the center of the mat, just ahead of the face. Then inhale, roll onto the edges of both feet, lift the left hand to the sky, and then exhale, reach the left hand forward. Inhale here. Exhale here. Feel the edges of the feet and the right hand and push them into the floor. And then next time you exhale, back to plank. Inhale, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Exhale, look to your thumb. Step the right foot forward and ground the left foot. Inhale, warrior two. Close your eyes, push the floor away from you with those 3 points of contact. And feel how that sensation travels up the thighs, towards the pelvis, the belly, and then continue that sensation towards the crown of the head. Open the eyes, inhale, reach the right hand forward, and exhale, keep that right knee bent, reverse your warrior. Gaze to the sky wherever feels good for your neck. Press the floor away from you as you inhale. Exhale, hold it here. Inhale, last breath. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, right elbow to right knee. Exhale, left hand past the left ear. Inhale into the left side of the body. Exhale, press those feet evenly down into the floor. Inhale here. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, windmill the hands. Step the right foot back. High plank. Exhale, stay here, separate your feet a little. Bring the left hand to the center of the mat. Inhale, reach up into your side plank. Exhale, right hand forward. Press the floor away from you with the edges of your feet in your left hand as you continue to breathe here. And notice the sensations that travel through the body when you do that. As you exhale your next breath, from plank to downward facing dog. Inhale, look at your thumbs. Exhale, left foot steps to the front of the mat, warrior two. Just take a moment, set up your warrior two and close off your eyes. Feel the feet, press either side of the midfoot, and the heel with consistent even pressure down into the floor, and feel what that feels like in the rest of your body. Then inhale, flip the left palm, open the eyes. Exhale, reverse your warrior. So there's no change to what's going on the floor. We're just changing the position of our upper body. And we're feeling that same downward connection with those 3 points of contact in the floor. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, left elbow to left knee. Exhale, right arm past your right ear. Continue to push the floor away from you or reconnect if that connection has been lost in movement. And notice the toes resist the urge to grip the mat with those toes. As you exhale back to warrior two, inhale, windmill the hands, step the right foot forward and fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Heel toe the feet together, squeeze the knees together. Inhale, Utkatasana. Exhale, bring the palms together in the heart space. Inhale, sit a little lower. And then exhale, twist to the right. Move your hands until your left elbow hooks on the outer edge of your right knee. Squeeze the inner thighs, bring the palms together. On your next exhalation breath, take a twist in your chair. Inhale into the body. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale, de-rotate hands to the floor. So heel toe your feet so they're hip distance apart. And then take your first two fingers, your peace fingers, and hook them inside the big toe and underneath the big toe. So they've created what looks like a hook. Then just allow that thumb to rest into the index finger. And then from there, bend your knees as much as you need to and inhale like a halfway lift. Then exhale, fold forwards, draw the elbows out to the side. Still feel the feet and press the feet into the earth. Relax the back of the head and the neck. If you're looking at the floor in front of you, chances are the muscles in the back of your neck are working to hold the head there. Let it go. As you inhale your next breath, release that. Press the hands into the shins and halfway lift. Exhale, fold forwards and heel toe the knees back together. Then inhale into your Utkatasana chair. Then exhale, bring the palms together. So you inhale to go a little lower. And then you exhale to twist to the right. Then you move your right arm onto the outer edge of your left knee. Bring the hands back together. And then as you exhale, you take a twist until your body says stop, and that's where you stop. Breathing into the rib cage as you breathe in. And then as you exhale, holding it here. One more breath. Exhale, de-rotate, hands to the floor. Heel toe the feet back to hip dip. Hip width, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands down, step back to plank. Take a breath in your plank. Then exhale, lower all the way to the floor. This time, locust. Inhale, press the pubic bone down. Exhale, hands either side of the chest. Downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the right leg, look to the space between your hands. Then exhale, step the right foot into that space. Heel toe the right foot, to the right side of the mat. We're coming into a lunge actually. And then inhale, push the floor away from you, reach your hands to the sky. From here, lift up that back heel, bring the right hand to the lower back of the palm and lower back to meet. Then inhale, lift your left hand to the sky, and then exhale, a little lateral flexion to the right. Inhale here. Exhale here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, left hand to the floor. Step the left foot back until it feels comfortable. Then inhale, right hand to the sky. Stay here, push the floor away from you with your feet. So right now that left foot only has the midfoot in contact with the floor, but that left heel is still pushing back to the back of the mat. As you exhale, de-rotate, step the right foot back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg to the sky. Exhale, left foot to the front of the mat. Inhale, find your way into your high lunge. And exhale, back of the left hand in contact with the lower back. Inhale, reach the right hand to the sky. And then exhale, lift it up and out of that right side of the body. So don't move the pelvis, just move the spine. Inhaling here and exhaling here. One more breath. Then inhale back to high lunge. Exhale, right hand to the floor or a block. Step the right foot back as much as it wants to. Inhale, left hand to the sky. Press those feet down into the floor. As you do so, feel how that sensation travels through the body, creating some space as you ground down to lift up. Exhale, de-rotate. Step the right foot forward and fold. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the hands up and look up. Exhale, palms together in the heart space. Inhale, raise your right knee to 90 degrees. Exhale, take the right hand to the knee and the left hand to the hip. Then inhale, right knee out to the side. Exhale, left hand out to the side. Inhale, gaze to that left thumb. And exhale, stabilize here. Feel that left foot. There's still those same 3 points of contact. Ground down. Those toes not gripping the floor. Inhale, back to the center. And then exhale, send that right leg back to the back of the mat. Turn your toes parallel with the long ends of the mat. Bring your hands to your hips. Inhale, open through the chest. Exhale, send the hips back and fold forward as much as your body allows. Keep the hands on the hips. Inhale. And exhale, option to soften the knees here. Now from here, feel the feet and press those 3 points of contact down into the floor. Very often what happens here is the outer edge of the foot lifts up off the floor. We're going to ground the outer edge of the foot without gripping the mat with these toes. One more breath here, inhale. Exhale, release the hands to the calves or to the floor. Then heel toe the feet one step closer to one another. Then turn in the toes so your feet are now at 45 degrees. Inhale, bend the knees, goddess squat. Exhale, press the feet evenly down into the floor. And exhale, hold it here. One more breath, inhale. Exhale, release, hands to the floor. Walk the hands back to where you started. Step the right foot forward and fold. Inhale, halfway you lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the hands up and look up. And exhale, palms together. Same last little balance sequence on the other side. Lift the left leg up. Grab the left knee. And then inhale, draw the left knee left. Exhale, right hand out to the side. And inhale, gaze over that right thumb. Feel the contact of the floor with your right foot. And keep those 3 points of contact grounding down. Movement is totally fine. You're just responding to movement up the chain. As long as these 3 points stay connected, will create that sense of control and balance. Then inhale, bring that knee back to the center. And exhale. We're going to come down now to seat. So feeling the sit bones on the floor. Extend the legs out in front of you. Bring your hands by your side. Bring your hips to your heels and lie your back down on the floor. From here, a quick bridge, press the feet down into the floor, not your deepest variation, lift the hips. So feel that connection of the feet in the floor as you feel the hips lifting towards the sky. And then just breathing here, inhale and exhale. One more breath here, inhale. And exhale, slowly bring those hips to the floor. Inhale, knees to the chest. Hug the knees close. A little rock from side to side. And then from here, rock all the way over to your left. Keep the knees stacked one on top of the other. Reach the left hand out to the sky, bring the right hand on top of it. And then inhale, reach the right hand up and over towards the right side of the body and just allow the body to soften and settle. Your gaze towards that right shoulder. Inhale and exhale. So just a nice little twist before we take Shavasana. And then inhale, come all the way back to where you started. Hug the knees, draw them towards the center. You're going to rock over to the other side. So allow your whole body to rock onto the side so the knees can stack. Reach the right hand out, bring the left hand on top of it. Then inhale, lift the left hand up and over to the left side and gaze over the left shoulder. If the knees move, it doesn't matter. Breathing here, inhale and exhale. Inhale into the body and exhale, let it go. On your next in-breath, come back to where you started. Hug the knees in, roll onto your back. Option to bring your feet to the floor and your knees together, or extend the legs out in front of you. Take your hands by your side. A short practice. I'll just leave you in Shavasana for 60 seconds today. If you have time and you'd like to stay, please do. The benefit will be more so the longer you afford yourself the opportunity to rest in Shavasana. Take a breath in. And then exhale, let it go. Allow the physical body to completely soften and settle. Allow the breath to return to its natural ebb and flow. And allow the mind to simply watch the breath. So if you have time, stay here. If you need to get back to what you were doing before, slowly bring movement to your fingers and toes. Find your way up to a comfortable, seated place. Thank you for taking the time to practice with me today, to be in your body, your breath, your mind, promoting your own physical movement and wellness, and sharing that. Namaste.